Hey, everybody. Michelle here. It's evening here in my neck of the woods. And I hope everybody's good and, handling their business. I want to say this, we all have complications in our life. If we did not have complications, then what would be the purpose sometimes with things? And when I say complications, I mean, we all have something that we have to get over, something that we have to deal with, something that we have to do, and something that we have to say. And a lot of people just don't. Um, and I know that there's a lot of people trapped in certain type of environments, and they just don't know how to get out. Don't know how to release themselves from certain type of environments and certain type of influence, certain type of persuasion, coercion, um, for one reason or another. You know, we all get ourselves mixed up in stuff. And I mean, the reason I can say that is I can see the results. It's always cause and effect. And then you see the results and you say, wow, okay. Um, I know that there's no perfect situations. And I know, that on the certain circumstances, I know some people are trapped in stuff. What do I mean by trapped in stuff? Well, they know how to put forward a great persona that everything's fine and wonderful and they're smiling and dancing and laughing. But, you could tell behind the scenes that there's something more going on. And like I said, there's always a backstory to everybody's situation. Uh, but you do have to find it within yourself, to get yourself out of situations and be creative about it and be courageous as well. Um, like with me, I know that I put my life on the line. I know I have, and it comes, it's just in our particular environment with the results we have. What other choice do you have? You have to take a risk because we've gotten ourselves so below the necessary level of of uh, of a society that what other choice do you have really? Um, you just have to be courageous and know that people will support you in your courageous actions and your risk taking. And again, if you know something, say something. And there's always a handful of people that are running things, and a lot of them are old as shit. By the way, they're elderly, and they're what they say their bite is. They still use their manipulations. They still use their all the tactics that they know because they're sociopaths, psychopaths, and they're not going to change at all. So you need to get over that, believe in that. And you may have to hurt somebody just to get out of a situation. Okay? Um and when I say hurt somebody, well, you might not need to knock somebody upside the head just to get out of a situation. That's all I'm saying. It's called self-defense. And then you could in the if that person want to charge you with something, let them charge you. But you'll have a bigger story. You'll say, well, this is what's been happening to me. This is what has been done. This is what they make me do. This is this. There's always something, and I'll be surprised. That's why I get real suspicious when I see people online, dancing and dropping it, and acting like they're just having a great old time. Look, I'm having a great old time. And that's how I can pick up when other people are not. When I'm talking about groups of people, I'm not talking about anyone individually. I'm not talking about people that I know. Just put it that way. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking to people that I know. Um, but I can tell by some of the stuff I see, just in a daily life, in my daily life. Um, like when I knew one of my friends was having some type of issue. I mean, I can tell. You can sense those kind of things, and you can pick it up, and you say, "Wow." So sometimes you might have to use some type of force. Is my point, and to get yourself out of a certain situation. Okay. Um, there's so many courageous women that were in situations where they felt trapped and they had no idea what they were going to do to get out. Some people have hurt themselves just to get away from a situation. You know, I know that it is not a perfect society. I don't care how glammed up people are, how beautiful someone is, how successful, how famous, how influence, how influential. Sometimes them words be hard to come on out, but because I know when I was in particular cities, there's always something more going on than meets the eye, always, and whether people and a lot of people are just so blind, they got blinders on, and they have no clue what's going on really. They just worry about themselves. They don't see that somebody's in danger, or they don't see that somebody needs help because it doesn't concern them. It doesn't concern them. So you just got to be creative and be courageous and know that injuries do heal. Certain injuries do heal, but the damage you're causing to your psyche and your consciousness, that may not ever heal if you don't get on it right away and resolve the issues that may have developed over the course of time. um you know it's just a lot of people are um didn't know what they were getting themselves into. A lot of people got into these kind of situations when they were very young, and they thought this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do, and then they realize what it is. It's more than it's a lot more than what was promised. And well, let's put it this way: it's a lot less than what was promised, and a lot more than what wasn't. You were promised this, but then you're doing that. You were promised this, and you're going here. So yeah, and the reason why I said that is because someone made a comment. I was listening to listening to something um on yeah, on just listening, just going through and listening to people talk, because I like to do that. And I was just having a good time laughing. I mean, not I wasn't having a good time, but the person that was talking was funny, and they were laughing and this and that and the other. And a particular, let's just put it, a female walked over to this person talking and gave him something, as if they were serving this particular person. And then that person that was doing the serving walked back and started facing towards these people around the table talking and having a good time. And I could tell she seemed like she was not there she wasn't there willfully, just by just looking, but I know that there's a lot of stuff going on, and people know how to present things so cleverly, so what's this term? They know how to bring forward a certain image, a certain production. A production is what they're doing, and you think that everybody's there by choice, and a lot of them just got themselves into something they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. And so now they seem trapped. When they come forward on TV, they look glammed up. And, remember R. Kelly? And so you don't know that, that something may be going on. They can live in hotels, these nice fancy hotels, you know, they may be even traveling all over the world, you know, and a lot of them, their families have no idea that, because these are young women I'm talking about, by the way. When they call home, they tell their family this and tell their family that, and so their family assumes, okay, she said it this and she said that, and she said she's with so and so, and they're having a good time and blah blah blah. And so these people who are trafficking these women, they become, see, the generation, as the generation builds, so does the cleverness, the presumed cleverness of people that know how to give this illusion that you know that everybody's having a good time, that everybody wants to be there, everybody wants to participate, and so these, like I said, these sociopath, psychopath, narcissistic entertainers, they know how to bring forth illusion, because that's what they do. Like I said, production. They know how to put together entertainment, where it just seems like everybody's having a great time, everybody's smoking weed, drinking the liquor, dancing, and just having a good time. But there's always something going on behind the scenes that we don't know. These people are experts. Remember, sociopath, psychopath, narcissistics are experts. They know who they are and what they're doing. They know how to put the image forward, in these videos and, in these productions. And you think, wow, that's what I want to be. And these people and their victims are glammed up or even manned up too. They're dressing real nice and nice. The men I'm talking about, these young men, real, looking very successful and just, So I sense there's more going on than meets the eye that's coming through these videos, coming through these productions, coming through these, always an entertainment aspect, where everybody's like, appearing to be rolling in the dough, an endless amount of money, like falling from the sky. And, we all know better. Okay. When I was in a particular city, this might be a long video, but that's okay. I don't have many of these, but when I have something important to say, I have to say it. So I remember when I was living in this particular city, and I knew this female. She came from a small town into this city. I'm going to say I'll say it in a minute. She was from a small town, and her dream, just like everybody has dreams, right? Don't we all do? We think, well, if I go to this particular city, it'll be perfect. Y'all know what city I'm talking about. Okay. So I remember she came from a small town to come into this city, because I was already in that city. She came from a small town into the city, and I remember she was she was very, very she had a very she loved, to me, she loved the attention. So she was just throwing it out there. She had huge breasts, I can remember, and she was really tall. But anyway, she came from a small town and she didn't understand. Because look, I told you I wasn't ready for a particular city and it almost got me killed. I'm just being real honest. I was almost killed in that city. Okay, because I was being poisoned. I want to make that very clear. I knew that something was going on with me. And thankfully, um, because of my prepared consciousness and my prepared strength, I was able to get through it. But yes, I was being poisoned. And I think it was part of an insurance scam. Okay. Because let me just say this. I do remember, let me just go back to the first person, this tall person that I was talking about, huge breasts. And I remember she came from a small town. She had a lot of issues with herself, but I liked her personality. I really did. I like her personality, and just something like I said back in the day. I'll say any goddamn thing. If somebody said they love me, I would say, yeah, I love you too. And it wasn't. Look, I had no idea what the fuck love was. Okay, I did not have an idea. So I was just saying it just like everybody else is saying it. Well, let me say it. Um, but when but when the particular town that she was living in there was a lot of problems in there. She had problems with her family, problems with this, and she was very susceptible. Even though she was acting like she was confident. I saw through all of it. But unfortunately, I was working so much because this particular person didn't have a job per se, and so and she really had nowhere to go because she caused so many problems in her family. She had nowhere to go. So she just happened to, wouldn't go home. She would come to my place and wouldn't go home. And I did, you know what? At one point, I just didn't even care. Here, late, if you need somewhere to go, come here and go lay your ass down somewhere or go do whatever. And so she was really actually, pretty creative, I think. She appeared to be creative. She was writing like I was. And I just figured, look, because I was hardly ever home. That's the thing about that I hated so much. I was always at work, always at work, always at work. And so I was never home. And then the days that I did have off were like, say, like a Monday and Tuesday. And then what the fuck can you do on a Monday and Tuesday? I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I'm saying back in the day where if you have a, it's just, it was just a difficult situation to accept, because I was living for the weekend just like everybody else, this Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. I was living for that. So, like I said, this person had nowhere to go. But she thought she was street smart. I did everything to avoid her in those kind of, in her thought process and her personality. I just let her be. I let her do whatever she wanted. Like I said, because I was hardly ever there. So she was basically there, by herself. I'm assuming. and there's a reason why I'm saying this in a minute. I assumed that. Because like I said, I was always at work. And so I was pissed because one day, when I did come home one night or one day or something, I noticed she had been going through all my stuff. And I was so pissed about that. I was really pissed. And I don't, and so that bothered me because I didn't understand what the fuck you were doing that for. You're staying here free. You could do whatever you want. Then why are you so concerned about my shit? Looking through my motherfucking shit. I didn't understand that. She should have been worried about her goddamn self and the fact that she didn't have nowhere to go. But anyway, so I think I kind of let that go for a minute. And so what she decided to do was go into wait, I guess they call it stripping. I think that's what they were calling it back in the day, stripping. And but I was so shocked though because I remember one time I went to a strip club with her, and because that's what she wanted. She wanted to entertain, and it's hard. I mean, not everybody can be entertaining. That's why I know there's something going on. That's all I'm saying. Not everybody can be entertaining. and flashing around and dancing and having all this good time. It's a contradiction. It was a contradiction because this particular city was dangerous as hell, and I'm sure it's still dangerous. And from what I can hear and pick up, it's a dangerous city, and we need to stop all this masquerading as if it isn't. All right, Atlanta. I'm gonna put it out there. Atlanta, ATL. ATL is a dangerous city. Yes, it has all of that other stuff going on. Okay, and so many people are being drawn to that because it's great production. Okay, when I lived there, okay, I know I was almost carjacked once. All right, because I remember I went into a place to get something to eat. Oh God. And then I remember when I was walking, because I parked in the back alley of the place to where I was going to get something to eat, which I don't ever do that. I mean, I won't do it, but I'm telling other people don't do it. Um, so I remember when I parked back there, because I had nowhere else to park. It was crazy. It was crazy. That city was crazy, and this was almost what, um, 20 years ago, I guess. I don't know, but anyway. And then I did go back a few other times, and it's the same goddamn thing. Okay, people are living illusions in Atlanta. Let's make that very clear. All right. So yeah, this is gonna be a long video, and if you don't want to listen, you don't have to. Look, I'm doing what I sense that I need to do. I'm trying to help people. So I remember when I parked on the side in the back alley, which I should not have done, but I can remember looking. I can remember, as I was walking to my vehicle, because my vehicle was facing to go out of that alley. I looked over to my left, and I saw somebody coming quickly towards me, and I was able to jump in my car real quick and get the fuck out of there. Why would somebody be running up towards me like that? I realized what was happening because I think before I went into the restaurant, I saw somebody lingering back there in the alley, and I felt like, well, I figured it. I didn't know why the fuck they were back there, but I figured, okay, so what, And as I came back with my food and stuff, I think I was pissed because I was picking up food for everybody. That's probably why I got so distracted and didn't care who was back there. I know that I had to pick up orders for people and to bring it back to the job, the government job, So I can remember, being so distracted because I got all these people food in my damn hand, and so I'm trying to put all this shit in my car, and when you're doing that kind of stuff, your back is turned. But I sensed that somebody was back there. I knew somebody was back there because I saw him when I went in the restaurant. Okay, all right. So when I was putting stuff in my car, and as soon as I opened my driver door, I saw that person coming, and I closed my door just in time before that person got to me, and I started my vehicle and got out of there. So, and each time that I was there in the city, I was sensing danger. I sense, and I'm going to make this very clear, I sense a cultural collapse in Atlanta. A cultural collapse. All right. And this particular this particular woman that I'm talking about that came from a small city, she ended up, for some reason, they had to always have a man that was, she wanted to be a stripper. Okay, I mean, look, do whatever the hell you want. Because I wasn't there. She knew I wasn't really feeling her. But she had nowhere else to go. And she had no money. I gave her, she had somewhere to stay. But that was all, that was it. Find you a job or something. I let her do whatever she wanted. She was really, really attracted to me, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just being honest. But like I said, I gave her a place to stay. to do whatever she wanted because I was always at work. Anyway, so she decided she wanted to be a stripper. I said, okay, okay. So I can remember going in this club with her. And she was looking around trying to decide. Da, 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 da. But then someone approached her. I don't know if he was the owner or whoever he was, but he said that, I guess she expressed her desires to this person, whoever the fuck he was. I don't know who he was. And but for some reason, they always had to have a man that was controlling all of that. Either he was controlling some of the girls or all of the girls. Okay, and he was always the one responsible for taking these girls to the police department and having them like registered or something. And I thought that was so strange. And so this particular friend found this dude that she liked because they're all over the place. She found him. He he agreed to take her on. He had 5 other girls, at least 5 other girls, and she wanted to be with him because she liked him, and he looked like somebody that she liked. Because she turned out to be bisexual. That's why I don't do that. I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, there's nothing against it per se, but I don't do that. I'm exclusively attracted to black women. I'm exclusively attracted to black lesbians only with the feminine energy. That's it. No more. That's as simple as it can be. All right. So anyway, she turned out to be bisexual, and that's why I knew that wasn't for me. But like I said, I wasn't gonna kick her. Yeah, I mean, she had nowhere to go. So anyway, so we go to the strip club. She see this man that she likes, something about him that she likes, and so, but there was always women hanging around him, and da, da, da. Through the course of time, she ended up, I guess, wanting to be in his group or whatever group whatever this is. She decided she wanted to join that, and so she did, apparently, right? And so she ended up, like I said, these men had to be the ones that go to the police department of all places to like register them. I thought that was the most craziest thing. It's almost like the police department was encouraging all that. And so to me, that was the beginning of the human trafficking. And this is like 20 years ago. That was the beginning of human trafficking. Okay, because these girls could not strip in these clubs unless they had a man allowing them to do so. In other words, he had to be a part of it. Otherwise, you won't be stripping in this club. So what does that mean? Their funds and their money had to go to what? To him. And so now I think women are into that now, because this degeneracy evolves too. All right, so women are narcissistic, I told you as well. All right, so I think she got into this field of employment. She still was not able to take care of herself, not at all. But what pissed me off is that she had no reason to be looking through my stuff. Okay, and that's when I decided to kick her out. I decided to kick her out because she one day she knew I was working, and she knew that I had a private life. But then she was calling into the job and saying, telling these nosy ass bitches, because I work with a lot of nosy ass bitches. Okay, when a whole lot of fucking females. And I remember this one girl, she used to call them hens or something like that. Heifers or hens. Which was such a true state. That environment was just as much toxic. It was a government place. Whatever. People know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was so toxic. And the women were always scrapping at each other. A lot of and sadly, a lot of those women that were in that environment have died. Either it was cancer, heart disease, whatever, because of the toxicity in that environment. And it was honestly, it was worse than what I was experiencing in this, Central Florida area. I'll just put that out there because I had developed myself a bit more to be able to take on the Central Florida area. When I went to Atlanta, I was not ready for Atlanta. Not at all. Not at all. A pure cultural shock. So what happened was, you know, she called my job, kept calling my job, and I didn't know that she was calling the job until this bitch, like I said, these were bitches and hens and all kind of shit, because they knew that I wasn't putting up with their shit. That's why, and they did everything in their power to, and that's a shame how we were treating each other back then. Like I said, DC, Atlanta. I don't know what the hell was going on. But I saw what was about. I saw what was to be. Put it that way. If things didn't change, and I can tell things haven't. I don't care whatever production is coming through. I know ain't shit changed. It's worse. And overpopulation, and you got these young women. So I'm not buying it. Put it that way. I'm not buying the production. Not buying it at all. So. Like I said, she called a job. She's telling people, I'm Michelle's somebody. I don't know what she told them. And then they said, Michelle, your roommate calling. And I was pissed. Because she wasn't my roommate. I was just having her there until she can get her ass a job and get up out of there. Okay? So she went through my shit already, one strike. And then she called him a job. Running her mouth, telling everybody that I'm her girlfriend and that we're roommates and all this lying and shit. So I gave her 3 times. So the last straw is when I came home. One day I think I came home. Or no. So my friend had been stripping, so she says, and making income, which I know is a goddamn lie. And she was doing these house party dances. Remember that Players Club shit? Okay. So she was doing that, and she was claiming she was making all this money, which I knew was a goddamn lie. But anyway, I was so exhausted, and I told you I was having a mental breakdown anyway. When I first got into Atlanta, I was having a mental breakdown. So, the third straw was she apparently found a female that was, I guess, I'm not sure what this female's role were. This female's role in her life, ROLE. And so I felt like, okay, because I didn't really care. But at the same time, you ain't gonna be disrespecting me. I'm giving you a place to stay for free. You ain't paying me no motherfucking nothing. But anyway, she told me to meet her. She wanted to meet me at my job for some reason to talk about something or give me something. And she had this woman with her. And I knew that woman was I knew something about that. I knew that woman was I knew what that woman was. Let's put it that way. So that gave me enough reason to kick that bitch out. No, she's not a bitch. I'm sorry. I do care for her. I hope she's well. I'll look her up some other time. But I say bitch. That's just a figure of speech, nothing personal. But so I kicked her out. If you can be riding around with this woman, and I knew what that woman was, then you go stay with her. And that's what I said to her. I said, you need to pack your bags and get out of my place. And I think I said that to her over the phone. Because I let her go. She was with this woman. I let them go. Okay, cool. When I got back home, so what I did is I didn't want to be saying much to her with that woman there. So I called her and told her, She needs to pack her bags and get out. And so she did. And whatever happened to her, she ended up in jail because she was on probation. I mean, goddamn, it's always a backstory. But anyway, so yeah, she got herself involved in human trafficking, and that was the beginning of it. Okay, and I know that Atlanta is full of human trafficking, just like all the other big cities. Okay, so Atlanta likes to come. So that's why people like to run to Atlanta, because Atlanta knows how to Atlanta knows how to throw on productions and illusions and delusions. Okay, yes, that city has some fascinating things going on, but there's always a backstory. Okay, they don't tell you everything. Okay, it was not a safe city then, and it's definitely not a safe city now. So this is a chance to bring all this shit in the open, so some of these young girls can be free. So these young girls can be free and safely free. Okay. Like I said, as strong as I was just, like I said, I was just having a mental breakdown. I couldn't handle it. And I wouldn't want to handle it again, to be honest with you. Because I know it hasn't changed. Okay. I know it hasn't changed. And like I said, I can see the illusion in these productions. Everybody's dancing and dropping and, and I'm like, come on now. So I just want to share that. I have a little bit more to say. I'll probably say it tomorrow, but I want you guys in Atlanta to put through the true production of what the fuck is going on in Atlanta. And stop putting forth all this illusion of everybody's having a good time and dancing. And yeah, that's extreme talent and geniuses. But you can only handle so much. You don't know what your circle of people are doing. And that's the problem as well. It's the people that you circle yourselves with. You high entertainers, mostly males. You have no idea who you're circling your friends, who's circling you, because it's too overwhelming, but you won't admit it. And you can't control it, but you won't admit it. You know these girls are not there willingly, and you know that. All right? So, and remember, cause and effect. You shall reap what you've sown. And no one needs to interfere with that if you don't have the courage to come forward and tell the truth about Atlanta. Tell everybody the truth so that nobody needs to be running over there thinking, okay, this is the land of milk and honey. It's a lie. It's an illusion. All right? It's dangerous. It's on the verge of a cultural collapse. So, anyway, I wanted to say this some time ago, but it's all about timing. Everything's all about timing, and it's all about timing. So, anyway, I'm going to say that for now, and I want to send peace and love to everyone. And if you, like I said, if you know something, say something. No matter where you are, you got to like I said, it may bring forth some danger to you to release yourselves, to earn your freedom and to get yourselves out of a certain situation. Because most people just, it's not, I don't know if people really care, but I doubt it. I don't know, a lot of people are so self-centered, and they're just under a lot of illusions and delusions. And that has a lot to do, like I said, with these entertainers and the people, not necessarily the entertainers, but the people around them. The people around them. And you have millions and billions, maybe, of followers. And a lot of them are nefarious. I'm talking to these big-time entertainers in Atlanta. It's time to bring it forward and expose it. All right, so I'm going to let it go there. And I'm gonna do some things, and I'll probably round it up, and get my ass in the bed somewhere, you know. But I do want to send peace and love, and I do care, and I just like to put it out there. And like I said, I'm gonna have more to say. I'll say more to say about uh, my life and how I was almost killed. And if I need to name the people that were involved, I will. But I'm gonna let them decide if they want to come forward and admit what they're doing and what they have done, and then we'll take it from there. Isn't that a great plot for a movie and a production? Stay tuned.